Morning all, it's 7:30 on Wednesday the 23rd of February 2022. I'd just like to show you a little bit of cloud creation. Got perfect blue sky this morning, did have. Anyway, as you can see over there, assuming you can see, I'll zoom in a little bit, we have cloud creation, little blip across the sky. That will form into a cloud. The sun is coming up over yonder, and there is a massive, there have been, I've been up since about 7, I think I've counted about 10 or 15 across this section of sky. So off they go down there, across where the sun will track across the sky today. And there's a perfect example of a contrail, a chemtrail, and another plane in exactly the same part of the sky emitting absolutely nothing. They are literally flying side by side. I'm assuming you'll be able to see that. Fortunately my brightness is super low, so I can't see. Where is it? Should be there somewhere. I don't know why I can't see them. Should be able to see them, but I never can. Anyway, there's a plane there and another one behind it. One's got a trail. One has got absolutely nothing. Oh, there he is. So there's the plane at the front, just about to go past the moon. Not very clear. Behind it, or just above it, is... God, I wish I had a decent camera for this. So we've got half moon, plane with no trail, and above it, plane with trail. It looks absolutely rubbish through this camera. However, maybe if I zoom out, it might be more obvious. I don't know. Anyway, so the plane is there, the plane with trail is there, and there's the moon. Whatever they're spraying this morning is the slow forming stuff, obviously. I've seen this hundreds of times. This will gradually turn into that funny, smoggy stuff. Whatever chemical that is, that's what it'll do. I've watched it thousands of times, hundreds of times, whatever. And as you can see, there's one created a cloud with a little blip and nothing too dramatic as yet. We shall see. I will keep an eye on this sky, and I imagine in about an hour and a half, I will be able to show you said shimmery, strange, I can't think of words this morning, I've only been up a little while, blanket of weirdness across the sky, which is not natural in any way, shape or form. Anyway, nice to see a lovely half moon this morning, which is another thing that doesn't add up. There's absolutely no way the shadow of the earth creates that, because there is the sun. The sun, the half moon. Anyway, I'll leave that with you to get your heads around. Not a difficult concept if you actually think about it. And untrain your brain from what you've been taught. It's not difficult at all. Anyway, peace and love. So it's just coming up 8 o'clock on the 23rd of February 2022. There's the cloud I showed you that had been formed originally on the first video. As you can see, starting to just look like a normal cloud in the sky now, still it's a bit of a straight line. And overhead we have another one. It's just been formed and is gradually building. Like some of these chemicals that they're used take a little while to form into clouds. Other ones are instantaneous. I've now seen 2 or 3 planes leaving absolutely no trail at high altitudes. Also a couple flying around very low. That always gets my suspicions going. I'm like, what are you up to, I wonder. Another one going over there as we speak. It is starting to thicken up out of, as if by nowhere. Do you know what I mean? Like, just forming out of nowhere. Now, there's no way you can tell me that that's moisture and super warm air that's causing condensation. Absolutely no way. Middle of summer, maybe. However, no chance. Not this time of year. Like I say, I've spent a long time outside, and just not how it happens until recently. The intensity of this over the last 2, 3, 4 years is just off the charts, quite frankly. And also, I'll leave it there. Now I'll do a piece of camera. So there you go. So look, that one's turning into a cloud as we speak. And I reckon another hour at this rate it'll be fairly grey again, which is shocking really, because this was crystal clear a minute ago, half an hour ago, and yet again taken away on the slide. Not much about our weather is natural anymore, people. Whether it has been all our whole lives is another matter. Look out, battery's going to die. Morning all, it is 8:30, the 23rd of February 2022. This is exactly what I wanted to show you, how over a period these what we class as contrails come over appear to leave absolutely nothing in the sky. Like I keep reiterating, I've been watching this for years and years now, and like very closely, like having been a bird watcher for so long, I look at tiny details, and here's your evidence, absolutely bang on. So as you can see, this is where planes have been over, right? And as you can see, it's gradually forming into what we would class as clouds. Give it time, they'll turn into clumpy clouds. Anyone who I keep hearing from a lot of people saying, oh, they look like natural clouds, and I'm like, sadly mate, there's no such thing as natural clouds. It's all created by our friends in our aeroplanes above our heads. Simple as that. There's a couple coming up past the sun now. The moon was visible half, however, seem to have pushed a blanket of cloud across that as well now, so that I can't film that and show you how that is totally impossible to be what is described to be on a round Earth model. However, that's something for you to look into yourselves. It's not for me to tell you. Like, I've looked deeply into that and know full well that what we were told is not correct. Simple as that. And as you can see, there's some of this is stationary in the sky, although unfortunately we've got this big blanket of stuff coming across now, so it's very hard to show you. However, there are a couple of bits behind me where they're just forming and dropping. Up there, for example, you can see it in between. One section is not moving, everything else is coming across it in front of it. That's how it's formed, very, very slowly. There's a patch over there that's forming now as we speak. These three patches here, another little patch over there, glowed by the sun. This is how it works, people. Our weather, totally and utterly 100% manipulated. No in between, 100% manipulated. Our weather, simple as that. It's a big bubble to burst, however, it needs bursting, full stop, and we need our world back and not controlled by people who seem to think they're right. They seem to think they've the right to play God for their own benefit. It's disgraceful, quite frankly, and it needs the whole world to know about it, really, which is why I do what I do. Not for fame, not for notoriety, not interested in that. All I want is the truth out there and the people responsible held to account, quite frankly. Like I say, anyone who thinks this is acceptable, rational, reasonable behaviour is literally on another planet, like, no doubt about it. Not that there is another planet, however, that's another question as well. Anyway, the lies run deep, that's all I'll tell you. One more thing, if anyone is feeling kind and wishes to donate anything toward my channel, every single thing would be massively, massively greatly appreciated. I spend a fair bit of time putting into this, as people probably are aware, and I don't have any great monetary income anywhere else at the moment, so any donations would be gratefully received. I'm pretty sure my PayPal link is on my description. If not, I will link it into the description below this one. Like I say, I need to be able to buy credit to be able to do this, and food to be able to live, etc, etc. So, like I say, any help greatly appreciated. I've just seen my first skylark of the morning this morning, actually, which is exciting times. I've heard locally that people have seen curlews turning up and lapwings, so it might be time for a wander onto the moors and see if we can find some of them, because they are absolutely awesome creatures. I love them. So there you go, cloud creation in action. Peace and love, people. Morning all. 23rd of February 2022. Oh, look at that's good timing. Just got 11:11. I'm just going to show you. I've done a couple today already. I'll probably group these together and show it in one. Cloud creation in action. As you can see, these two funny lines across the sky behind us are the leftovers from what we call contrails. Like I say, I've been watching this a long time, and the reason they're called contrails is because they're a confidence tricks, not because they're condensation trails. It's a very, very clever manipulation and use of words that they've put together over the years. And anyway, as you can see, right, I filmed this earlier, and there's a perfect example of local sun there, and the sun rays coming down there. Nowhere else in the sky, just there, and there's the sun. Simple. It's very, very simple when you look at it. Condensation wouldn't turn the sky grey like this. It's as simple as that. If it was condensation, it would go white. Like I say, it's so bloody obvious nowadays, and yet still people think that we are making this shit up, despite the fact there's thousands of patents for it and rah-de-rah, and some countries openly admit to it. Right, there's a prime example of what's left over from contrails. You do not get any clearer than that. See them? you can't see that, there's no hope for you. And look, little patch of sky, best fill that up. And this is how they operate. Literally every patch of sky they will hit. Every patch of blue sky. And they will create these clouds that spread slowly. Sometimes they paint lines all across the sky. It depends what they're trying to achieve. I think it also depends how much people are looking as well. I think an area like this where they're filming all the time, they probably have changed their tactics a little, trying to confuse what they don't understand and what a lot of people don't understand. The trolls definitely understand, because I get absolutely hounded by them. I've got YouTube telling me that my videos get 20 views and stuff like that, and I'm like, that's absolute gibberish. There's no way, if my videos were getting 20 views, that I would have trolls on my case left, right and centre. It's as simple as that. Like, and then they try and make out they're not, and I'm like, oh, here we go again, same spiel. I'll give you a little heads up, trolls. Do you know how I know you're a troll every single time? Because you write these amazing long messages that you manage to conjure out of nowhere in seconds. Now, A, it's physically impossible to write that quickly, and B, they are literally copied and pasted and ready to go every single time. So I suggest you either give it up or change your tactics, because I see straight through your games every single time. And there you go. So, cloud creation in action. This is the title of today's videos, and there we are. They're still at it, still doing it. Should be a perfect blue sky this today. There's absolutely no reason for any of these clouds apart from the activity that they got up to this morning and are still doing from about 7 o'clock this morning round here. It's mind-blowing to think that none of our clouds in our sky are natural. However, that is literally the case, unfortunately. And it's about time the world woke up to this and listened. I know for a fact if mainstream media stuck this on their telly, you would all suddenly sit up and take notice. But because it's just a couple of blokes who do their own research, look for themselves, I'm sure there's women involved as well. In fact, I know there's women involved as well. Terrible thing to say. Anyway, women and men doing their own independent research, observing, etc, etc. Because we don't have titles behind our names, and because we're not associated with big manipulated media, you won't listen to us, and it's absolutely bonkers. I just don't get it. I find it absolutely mind-blowing, really, to be honest. But there you go, cloud creation in action. Peace and love. Start paying attention, please, and maybe then we can have some real weather back. Because I guarantee you, you drop all the planes out of the sky tomorrow, and everywhere's got blue skies. Simple as that. That's how easy it is to sort out. Down to you if you want blue skies, or if you're happy with fucking grey shit and like hardly any sunshine. Up to you. I know what I prefer. Peace out.